the topic now.
I just want how we want our future to look like. The work, basically. We talk about basically life in general. We talk about everything. And the one thing is, she has never made me be like that big sister, kind of, in the sense that she's a big sister on her own.
Play more like the parent role.
Our sisterhood, like who we are as people and stuff like that.
What is something that you feel like it really bond us together?
What do you think?
I think prayers.
Exactly. Prayers. Real Housewives.
We can literally. I remember like last
we almost fought about this. People making their money around house, and we are here making unnecessary.
We bond because Atlanta. She and I watching Atlanta. We bond on Kenya Mall. But Harry does not like to call out Kenya Mall.
No, I can't. I don't even see it when she makes something wrong. I'm sorry.
Okay, for me, I like Kenya Mall, but I also call her out.
No.
And and I think prayers, and I think also like
life in general, because we talk a lot about, you know, the future, what we've been through, and what we are looking forward for, how we want our future to look like. The work, basically. We talk about basically life in general. We talk about everything. We kind of bond on everything, like when it comes everything, like literally when my sister is experiencing something, she will call me directly and we will talk about it.
Maybe if I have a plan,
exactly,
something I want to do,
exactly,
I will literally call it, like, the same way,
exactly.
Like,
and then we bond on basically everything.
Yeah, but of course we have our own
opinions and preferences and all that. We can bring something to the table, and then we'll talk about it. When it gets to a point, she has her own opinion, I have mine. And we respect each other's opinion, and then you know.
Yeah, but I think we bond a lot, like,
and then on prayers,
I think prayer.
We come from a very prayerful background. My mom is a very prayerful mom, and my dad likewise is a very prayerful person. So like we bond on prayers. When something happened to me or my sister, when we call each other, like, let's just pray, because we believe in prayers. We believe that, you know.
And I think I would say this, like, I remember like some time ago, when I was going through some things, and I remember I'll call you. I'll literally, when I call you, I'm like, oh, why is this happening to me?
I'm tired.
I'm tired and stuff. And then you literally like give me that kind of advice. And I remember there was a time I called you on the phone and I said, oh, but why is not God listening to me? Like, I'm talking to God every time I'm praying. God is not listening to my prayers and all that. And then you told me you need to have faith in God. You told me God's time is not your time. You have to wait for God's time. And that actually clocked in my head. And today, you know, but I felt like that advice you gave to me stuck with me. You know, it helped me with my mindset on how from that day, how I navigate through, even when I'm going through, like, you know, challenges, or when I face like different adversity, problems and other stuff. So yeah, I think that really and literally I'll call you, I'll tell you everything that is going on, and you will tell me to have faith, everything will be fine. You know, so I think that is also like a bonding
moment. That's true. Because one thing for me in life, one thing I believe that everything happens for a reason. And then like literally everything that happens is for a purpose, it's for a reason. There's a reason behind everything that happens, and you won't always have it the way you want it. It's God's ways. And that's one thing that my sister literally before, she was like, I'm tired, like, you know, her faith was really down. But now she'll be the one who will come and be like, you know what, I have faith, you know, I have faith. Recently something happened, and then she was like, you know what, I thought she was gonna go down, she was gonna be down, you know, stuff. She was like, when she called me, she was literally laughing, and she's like, you know what, I have faith in God. I was shocked. But then, you know, life sometimes things have to happen, and then you know, you see the greatness of God, and then from there you can build your faith.
And also I remember, like, as a young kid, literally when we will ask that for something, you say pray about it, and that time it didn't make sense, but now it's making sense. Like, okay, pray about it, everything. My dad you literally, if he has it, he will give you, but if he does not, he will tell you to pray about
to God.
it. Pray about it.
Pray. I'm like, what pray?
Yes,
we pray. What is
it? And as a child, we didn't know how what he said will literally impact
in our lives.
So I'm really grateful. Like, it keeps reminding, like, whatever he said at the time when we were young, it keeps like coming back.
And I one thing I believe also, like me having, especially when I had Zania, I felt like it bonded us a lot. It made both of us see life in a different way. When I had Zania, that's my first daughter. When I had her, it was really a great moment, because me seeing my sister being there for my daughter, taking care of my daughter, like literally spoiling my daughter. She would literally do It made me was like, oh wow, I can't wait for her to have her own child, and then me to how I'm gonna treat my niece or my nephew.
I think with you having a kid, like, also brought us together. It helped us also so much. Like,
exactly.
And also, like, having an elder sister in Ghana, like, in terms of you having like the culture or the family values that we Ghanaians, as coming from a Ghanaian home, like the family values that has been created, or that's the family value that already existed before we join. It's like you having an elder sister or an elderly sibling, like they become, you look up to them, and they become your responsibility. Like the elderly become the youngest responsibility. Like you always look up to your elder sister, your whatever. And I've always looked up to my sister, because,
and the one thing is, she has never made me be like that big sister, kind of, in the sense that she's a big sister on her own.
Okay, finish that now.
She's a big sister on her own. She's always been responsible. She's taken responsibilities of everything, literally. I remember my mom went to Ghana for years. Like, how many years?
2 years or so.
Was it 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
Okay, 2 years. And me thinking, oh, I have a younger sister here, so I have to play the mother role. No, she didn't need me. She didn't need me. She was basically taking care of herself. I remember she went to university in another city. She worked in this city. She would literally go front and back just to take care of herself.
Thank you for that.
Actually. And I really respect that. I've always told you that, and I'm telling you again. It was like, you've always taken care of yourself. You've always be responsible.
But I also felt like, even me being responsible, you still was the big sister to me as well, because you will call in and ask me, check up on me, like, how is it going? Like, you will literally call me and ask me, even though you knew like I could take care of myself, but you still
I still play the role
as an elder. And I think that is something that we've always had exactly up, like, from Ghana. Like, when you have an
elder sister, you look up to them, then, like, there are some things that they have to be able to do for you.
So I think that has been a very great
it's been a great journey.
So you become like, you play more like the parent role.
Exactly
as well.
Exactly.
Like, if you are like it becomes your role.
It's literally, whether you like it or not.
It becomes your role. Because like, your younger ones are looking up to you. Like, if they need any advice, they will come to you, talk to you. But also growing up in an African, it was really hard to have that kind of conversation. When you're going through something, let me tell you, if you have a boyfriend, you boyfriend, you can't even talk. Your sister, your brother, like, how dare you? No, we didn't have
that. Actually, that's so true. We didn't have that. Let me say, we left Ghana when we were quite young, but I wasn't that young. Like, I've not had a boyfriend. I did, but my sister, I wouldn't tell. Why would I come and tell her for what?
We didn't, and I think that we didn't have that kind of
relationship, like conversation. Actually, it was later in the days that when we moved to Sweden, and you know, a little bit culture,
the culture
getting into getting to know how the system here is and the culture, and then you can just feel free and be able to tell your younger one or your older one, oh, this is what is happening, this is what I'm going through, and all.
And I also think, like, even being in Ghana, like your elderly, like you have to call them by not their by their first name,
by their first name,
but
and then
by you have to add that
a title, like sister, brother,
uncle,
like,
auntie, you know, that kind of you cannot call them by their first name.
No,
it's not allowed. And one thing we notice is like when we are talking,
we interrupt each other. I won't hear her, she won't hear me, but we're still talking. That's the thing. We are so loud. We are literally, and I'm loud. I'm so loud, and she can be loud too, actually. Because when we are talking, we can always like crash.
Exactly.
Crash.
Like we don't listen to the other.
Yes.
Or even if the other is like, okay, if the other person is done talking, right, and the next person starts to talk, the other person will say, but let me talk, and like you just finish talking.
Exactly. Like,
it's like everybody's trying to get their points across,
but we don't even hear the point because we are all talking over each other. And that's one thing that we still do.
We still do. And
there have been times that we've listened to each other because we're like, you know what, you need to listen to what I'm saying. But we still do it.
We still do
even last week, Real Housewives of Potomac, we were talking about each other.
And
I said, I got to a point, I said, you know what?
Well, you told me, and I noticed you were upset.
I said, I'm by petrol here, because I mean, I couldn't fight over people making their money somewhere. What is this?
I mean, you brought the topic down.
I just run.
Hey, God. You brought, so it's very common, like
it's common,
siblings, everybody want to get their point across,
like,
you know. So if you have any advice out there, how you and your sister or siblings are communicating, like a better strategy way of communicating, please don't forget to leave it under the comment section, okay? Because we are all learning from each other every day. Every day. Everyone is trying to learn something. Every day you learn something new. So if you have something amazing out there, a strategy way, a new strategy way, or another strategy way of you talking to you, having a great conversation with your siblings, please don't forget.
Friends, anyhow.
Just please leave it under the comments, okay? We are all learning together.